Okay. Can you hear me now? That's so crazy. There was no sound. Oh my God, you're telling me that you watched me in silence for 4 minutes? Y'all are crazy. Thank you. Yeah. Well, thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Highland. Wow. Y'all are funny. All right. Thank you for letting me know. The way I saw the mute button and I was like, it's probably too. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. Anyways, I was just talking about the gratitude that I feel for my recent trip to Jamaica where I was visiting family for the holidays, and I got to go up to my grandparents' farm up in the hills to see their resting place. So much gratitude. I was like crying so much, and it was like happy tears because I was like, yo, like my grandparents are dead and they get to rest in their backyard pretty much with all of these fruit-bearing trees, and it's so beautiful. And I definitely just felt like so thankful. I just started crying. I was like, bro, when you feel the gratitude hit you, you haven't, there's not much you can do other than just take it. So this is a page in my my scrapbook. My sister doesn't really like the word junk journal. She's like, it's just called scrapbooking. Just why do they have to give everything a new name? So we're just saying. I did not see Harris's family in Jamaica. I don't think I went around those parts. Like, we went up in the country where there are a lot of like sinkholes because the water will just like come up and flood and then go down. And so everybody's houses is like up on the hills, and then the roads constant potholes because erosion is real. Like, the rain's just gonna wash away whatever patchwork they do on the roads. So you just gotta pray. Wow. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, I don't have cancer, I just have braids in my hair. Yeah, this is, and I like to wear bandanas. All right, they give me a lot of joy. Not sure why. It's okay, Kelly, it's okay. This is a judge-free zone. So anyways, we're doing this little scrapbooking time because there's just so much to be thankful for. Like, when I saw we were smack in the middle of the island, I was like, this is beautiful. There's so much life. And I was sharing before I realized I was muted that I recently, for the past year, have been working as a horticulturist at a state park. It's pretty cool. I love it. It's fun. And now going back to Jamaica, to this childhood place that I always visited. I remember my grandparents, they had like a donkey. There was a time when we would walk the donkey to the river where we would get water to like wash up. And these are like memories that I feel so thankful to have. Like, I love, currently I'm residing in New York. I love, being a New York girly living here with all of the cement and stuff like that. But there's just a magic going somewhere where the water pressure is like almost non-existent. Like, you're just praying that like the gust of wind will push the water through the sink. I'm just joking. It's or you go and you collect your water from like the spout that's like half a mile to a mile down. I love God. And getting that water and walking with your family back up, it's like so beautiful. So this is a funny story actually, because my grandmother taught herself how to read. My grandfather didn't really read that much. He was definitely more of a farmer, and he never really went to school. And so my grandmother would teach all 9 of her living children through the Bible. And there were a lot of people in the, neighbors that wanted to know why, this poor, this little tiny lady and her husband and their 9 children were so well off. And at this time, as my mom was sharing the story, not a lot of people were very literate. Obviously, yeah, they went to school, but sometimes, like, as life goes, you'd be helping out with the farm, or you'd be helping and doing other stuff. But my grandma made sure all of her children went to school and they learned how to read for the most part. And so what happened is all the neighboring people were like, she has a magical book. Witchcraft was pretty big, voodoo men were pretty big, and so they kind of assumed that my grandma was like, had some kind of magical book that was making, protecting, keeping all these kids were well off because there's some magical book. And so the neighbors would tell their kids, go see what's she reading over there. And so they would send their children over to my grandma's yard, and the magical book was the Bible. And my grandma would just recite Bible verses, and she would make sure that all of her children could recite Bible verses by heart, like Proverbs 3 or Psalms 1, or Psalm 23, all these different ones. It was so beautiful to see the power of the word. And so all of my aunts and uncles, they are familiar with the Bible, a very strong relationship with God. And that was something that I think growing up, I was homeschooled. My mom, she pursued in Jamaica, she was a teacher and then eventually became the principal of that school. And then she moved here to the States. And I'm not going to put on blast all of the tea that happened, but eventually she met my father. She helped fund a church, and when we were conceived, me and my siblings, she really wanted to homeschool us because this was about the time that prayers were being taken out of school. There was like more of a secular approach to education, and she wanted to just instill us with that love and understanding of the Bible. So that was a part of growing up and going to school. Looking back at it, my mom worked really hard. It kind of puts me to tears when I think about how hard she worked to teach me and my 4 siblings up until high school. She would, obviously, we still had to take state tests at the end of the year to evaluate, to make sure that we were learning the right material. And that was totally cool, but she would, get all of the books, and the books that we had were pretty much textbooks, we read a certain chapter a day or per week, depending on how we're sectioning it. And you'd have to do the activities that the textbook says in your own little notebook. My mom would go through and correct all 5 of her children's homework for the various 5 to 9 textbooks that we would do every day. Yeah, like those giant books. Yeah, like those giant books, because they have to last all school year for each grade, so you'd have one for each subject, and we just go through it. Now, I remember there's 2 kind of brands of homeschooling books that she really enjoyed using. One was Spectrum, and the other one was Becca book. So Spectrum was really fun because obviously she would have the workbook, which we would have, and then she would also have the answer key to help her correct stuff. And sometimes she would have to go about her business, and she would say, all right, here's your list. She would literally handwrite a list for all of us. Every single morning we get a handwritten list of everything that we have to do for school that day, and we just check it off. And there'd be, 5 to 9 things on the list, and the goal is to get most of them done. All right, if you get all of them done, great. I remember as a child, I would wake up at 4 a.m., do all of the work, then go back to sleep, wake up at 11, and be like, let's go. We got a free school day, crazy stuff. But really, really cool. So what was funny was in the back of the Spectrum books were all the answers. So me and my siblings would obviously do the work, but if we didn't know the answer, we could just... You would think that we would be slower than we are, but honestly, I'm very thankful. Like, my brother's a combat engineer, my sister's a lawyer. I graduated, I got my bachelor's, so it worked out, it was fine. Obviously, I think the biggest struggle was spelling. We're all a little bit dyslexic, and that was very funny, because for a long time, I would, confuse words. And my mom came from Jamaica. She's very smart. She's also dyslexic. And so going into the public school system was really interesting because it made me question everything from like, yo, I was pronouncing words like, that's not how you say parabola, you know, just really fun little things. And so I learned a lot. But yeah, so that's that. But yeah, so the Bible was a really big part. Like, every morning we'd read the Bible, and it was really nice, and I'm really thankful. In fact, we're gonna have Bible study a little bit later, and I love and appreciate my parents for keeping this tradition of reading the Bible. They love the Bible, and that's how they found each other. They love God, I should say. The Bible is a book that God gave us so that we can learn more. And there's so many things. Like, if you ever feel anxious, just read the Bible. You might just fall asleep reading it. You won't be anxious anymore. It's a beautiful, beautiful book. And there's so many beautiful, interesting stories that don't get talked about enough. You know, like, all the wisdom that you really need is in there. And, you know, it's up to you to find. Much love, MD Imran Hossein. Nice. But yeah, it's pretty fun. So I gotta say, I'm very thankful for my family, and so that's upbringing. So yeah, going to Jamaica was really cool. It was nice to see my aunties, my uncles, cousins, first cousin, second cousin, third cousin. Really nice, and yeah, it was a nice time. It made me very thankful when I came back home. Like, I love my bed. I love my shower. I love the fact that I have a little space that is myself. And that's the thing. Like, I love traveling. When it comes to seeing family, though, you spend, like, it's weird if you go alone, right? It's, like, weird if you're, like, in a room. Like, why do you want to socialize with your family? So it's, like, 24 socializing with family, breakfast, lunch, dinner, sleep, wake, daytime. Every single moment is with family, and that is cool. But obviously I'm like, I want to make videos. I have so many ideas. And if you read my community post that I shared yesterday, you'll see that I've kind of been struggling with producing some of the videos that I want to share with you. There's, like, you know, it's bubbling inside me, and finding the time is key. I've been reading this book. It's called The Automatic Millionaire. My mom recommended it after my sister recommended it to her, after her law professor for accounting management recommended it to her. So pretty credible line of people recommending this book, and it's pretty simple. It's just saying, like, save 10% of what you make, live below your means, be intentional with your investments, like how you're spending money, make it automatic, like automatically take 10% out of your account and put it in an account that you cannot see every month. And 10% is really interesting because, all right, let's touch upon tithing. Tithing is interesting, and it's been something that I've been practicing for a while now. I didn't start, like, knowing, like, oh, I'm gonna tithe. It was just like, all right, people are asking for money that look like they need money because, A, they're helping mostly orphans, I'm finding, that need it, and I have some, so I'm gonna give you what I can. Then there's like a group where it's like, hey, I need money, and then I'm like, okay, and I give, and then they're like, I need more, and then I'm like, okay, and then they're like, I need more, and I'm like, at this point, I've given you more than what's in my bank account, like, and it's stressing me out. So I'm kind of like, okay, finding good boundaries and giving in a good way. Like, I wish that there was a way that I could just like give people money. They don't have to ask me. I'm just like, I know you need it, here you go, but like, don't contact me. I don't want to know. I know, like, God told me to give this to you. Don't contact me, don't ask for more. Like, God willing, you will get more. I'm obviously, though, if you need it and you ask, like, you know, I pray that you receive. And so tithing has been really interesting, but I think it's pretty cool. So far we have the Jamaican flag, we have a beef patty. I'm thinking about things that are a part of the Jamaican, yeah, like the Jamaican, what I saw in Jamaica, which really got me. So I think I'm gonna do like an ackee. Ackee is Jamaica's national fruit. It kind of reminds me, if you are vegan and you don't eat eggs, get ackee, because it's literally, it looks like eggs, kind of tastes like eggs, but it's a fruit. So, search engine optimize your videos to get more views. Sometimes there's like this fine line. So I have some friends, right? I have some friends. I went to San Francisco for the startup school for creators, and it was cool because I was like, what am I doing here? They invited me. They were really cool. It was for this company called Build Space, which no longer exists, by the way. I'm sad about that, but they were cool. And there were so many very talented people making startups. A lot of them were making startups in AI. Some of them now are making millions of dollars with the startups and the ideas that they had. And one of them was my friend, and her YouTube ID is Mylene's Mind. She is a fantastic creator, and she was very particular about everything. Her videos are so well put together. She spends a long time, and they are masterpieces. Dang, my video CE score is 0 out of 100. Where are you getting this from, Imran? I don't, at least 7, like 7 out of 100 is believable. 0 out of 100? Now that's just sus. That's just sus. But yeah, you're right. I think I could do better. After seeing my friends work so hard on their content creation, I kind of felt lazy. I'm like, damn, what we doing out here? Esther, what we doing out here? But you know what? We're doing our best. And I think after creating over 1,100 videos on YouTube, I realized that my end goal is not to go viral. I think that's gonna stress me out, and I'm gonna be real with you. I've had some creepy people. That's all I can say. And it kind of scared me for a little bit, and then I remembered that the only thing that I fear is the Lord, God Almighty, and I gave God that fear. So that did help with the fear part, but they were still like, kind of like, oh, thank you for liking the video, bro. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But the thing was, I kind of figured, like, if I go viral, there's gonna be like more people that I'm gonna have to deal with. And am I prepared for that? You know, I'm actually gonna ask my friend. I have a couple friends that have gone viral, you know, got a couple million views and have a couple 100,000 followers. And I feel like for me, that's like one of the things I realized in the process of creating over 1,000 videos, that I had no filter. Like, I'm talking to you like you're my friend, but then I accidentally like give a bit too much personal information that makes it easy for people to dock me, and I'm like, oh, like, Esther, come on now, you gotta think about the future, your footprint. My footprint is like a Bigfoot out here on internet land. It's like Bigfoot. And at this point, it is what it is. It is what it is. Because you know what? We're all gonna die one day. it is what it is. Okay. Thank you, Imran. If I want to do search engine optimization, I will definitely consider contacting you. Yeah, I definitely feel like virality is not the intention of creating content for me. I think just connection and like being honest. The first video I ever made on YouTube was titled Be Gentle with Yourself. And I made it because I was sick and I was staying home from school for the first time. And I just didn't know what to do with myself, and I wanted to like share this message with others, like, if you are working too hard, you're gonna get sick, so be gentle with yourself. And it was really a message I was directing to me, but I knew that like maybe other people could also benefit from it. And I think that's like, if you're watching this and you feel in your heart like there's something I want to share, then share it and enjoy it and know it's not going to be perfect. I am far from perfect. I thought like at least I would be better at editing after the 1,000th video. I feel like I'm just starting to learn how to edit at this point. But you know, a part of the journey is just enjoying it, enjoying the process, enjoying the pieces that come together as they will. And so I have very much been enjoying it. For every person that kind of has slightly disturbed me that I have met on internet land, there's always an equal one that has delighted me in their existence. And so I continue. And I am at peace with this. So, and Imran, if you want my email, I think it's literally on any video, any long form video that you look at the bottom. I do try to make that available for people. When it comes to checking my email, this is another note on the community post that I shared. I have been really lacking. For instance, I have a Discord. I haven't really been active at all for the past 2 years because it's just been, there was a point where we were having Discord calls 3 times a week, and it was cool. Like, we were having accountability calls, we were having heart-to-hearts, it was like a therapy session, everybody was sharing what's going on with their life. Then we were having, you know, Bible studies. We were actually having Bible studies on this call. And, you know, it was cool. And it definitely was aligned. Everybody that was joining these weekly calls were very happy and they were all getting together. But then it was like a little weird. Like, sometimes people would come in and I wouldn't even call them trolls. They just, you know, they have their own beliefs and they're there to find people that have those beliefs and take them. And I'm like, okay, like, you know, we're all here on this path. So I did the Jamaica flag. One of them believes that they were Jesus. And so I didn't add them, but this girl that was following this Jesus guy did add them, and he came to a Bible study, and he's pretty much like not really there to talk about the Bible at all. It was just like, I am Jesus, accept me for I have risen again. And then he started going off about how he's going to take over the promised land in Ethiopia, and he wanted to get all the black baddie women on his side. He was it was like really weird. It was really weird. I was like, yo, I don't know why you're here, Mr. Jesus, but I'm pretty sure it says in the Bible, if any man say, look, there he is, Jesus in the flesh, do not believe him. Do not believe them. So I was just kind of like, this is sus. Like, if you want to read the Bible, we're here to read the Bible. But if you're here to just preach about your cult, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. And then it got weird because people were like, this is a cult. And I was like, oh, this does feel kind of culty. And I don't feel like this is not the intention. I don't. So then that's pretty much why I've been taking big steps back from the Discord. It just felt way too culty. And yeah, I was just like not really feeling comfy with that energy. So, you know, it is there. It is there for people to use. I should check on it more often than I do, to be honest. The last time I checked on it, it was because one of my mods, shout out Isaiah, was like, there's somebody saying wildly outrageous stuff that's super inappropriate, and we had to put them in a timeout. And yeah, unfortunately that happens because, you know, we're humans, and humans gonna do human things. This is why we can't have nice things sometimes. But I have so many stories, again, that I would love to share, but I also think I need time to digest it for myself. Like, this happened in real life. This happened. This is my beef patty so far. And yeah, this actually happened in real life, and now we gotta navigate through this situation in a graceful way. So sometimes I think about the things that happen, and you know, the good vibers, and I'm like, you are literally magical. I am amazed, and I feel very thankful. But yeah, sometimes I do get overwhelmed quite often. And so that's been a thing why I haven't really been checking emails or DMs or much. I just realized, like, y'all are so magical. And sometimes, like, you ever hear somebody says something and you hear something else? How can I put this? Like, they'll be like, oh my gosh, you're so skinny. I don't know how you do it. You must never eat. And then you're hearing, like, why are they commenting so much on like my appearance? Like, you kind of feel like you have a window into their own mind. Like, they say, obviously we say things, and you get like a peek into that person's mind, like what's going on in there. And so I guess God blessed me with this. I can read things, and then I'm like, ooh, like, when you say that, is this what's going on in your mind? And let's say 8 out of 10 times, yes. And I don't really, like, I don't want to attack them. I don't want to assume. So I'm just not going to say nothing. But then I do have to say something, because then it's weird if you don't reply back. So then my mind kind of, like, is figuring out, like, ooh, how do I approach this? Okay, graduating as an interaction designer, I thought I would have the answers by now. I thought I would at least know how to interact with people in with a more graceful way, but we're still learning, and honestly, that is okay. We're still learning, and I'm all right with that. I think, yeah, you're right. The CEO, the search engine, like, I could use better keywords. I could be a little bit more clickbaity with the thumbnail. I could do a lot of different things, but I realize that the intention is not to attract a whole bunch of people. It's just to find the right people, my friend. It's just to find the right people, connect to them, share the message, pray that y'all get the good vibes, and go on with life. I am so thankful for life. Okay, so now we have like a beef patty. That's a beef patty. And the ackee. This ackee, bro, I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be rough. Let's see, what else in Jamaica? I'm not gonna do potholes just because I don't know how to do a pothole. It's beautiful. Like, Jamaica is beautiful. I'm so thankful again to have connections to the land and to visit. Yes. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, reggae is pretty big. The whole Rastafarian religion is pretty big, which is definitely a video topic I want to dive deeper into with you. I think it's very fascinating, and overall just theosophy. So a while ago, back when I was on a roll making those thousands of videos on YouTube, I had a content calendar that was aligned with the chakras, and on Monday it was the root chakra, and it was called Manifestation Monday, and I would explore manifestation. What does that mean? How can we connect more deeply? What tips and tricks helped me? And then on Tuesday was like Tea Time Tuesday, where I just shared the tea, you know, the drama in life, the things that are crazy that are happening, whether it's like in politics or in life, or, you know, the relationships, the nature of relationships, stuff like that. Then we had the solar plexus, and that was workout Wednesday, which was weird, or whiteboard Wednesday, where I would use a whiteboard and I would educate people on something I learned in the spiritual realm and break it down in about 5 minutes. And that was really fun. And yeah, I do enjoy that. That's fun. The workout part, I didn't really do very much. I did like a couple of like workout sessions, but then the comments got weird. People were like, "Oh, show me your feet. Oh, what's under those shorts?" And I'm like, "Yo, what is going on?" So we're not doing that. And then we had Theosophacy Thursdays, which is talks and dives about religion. That was heart chakra, and one of my favorites because it's just like an opportunity to dive deeper into the philosophy of beliefs, belief systems, religions. Really fun stuff. I enjoyed it. And then we had Friday, which is Freestyle Friday. I actually just share a short form video of me freestyle rapping or singing, and you can find a lot of those on my shorts tab. That was fun. All right, so far we have a beef patty, and we have the Jamaican flag, and we have ackee. Y'all, we got ackee. I need a couple more things. What else? I'm thinking of water and potholes. But that's like a little weird, you know? That's a little weird to do water or potholes, I feel. So I'm trying to think a little bit deeper into what else can we do other than water or potholes for Jamaica. That resonates with all that I saw and how it was. Yeah, and then Saturday was school Saturday. And then Sunday was like a light language meditation prayer session. And yeah, all of these were really fun ways to create content with a kind of similar topic if anyone wanted to tune in. And I've been thinking about, you know, refreshing that for the new year, finding a way. We'll see. Right now it's been more random. I'm just like playing with creating what feels aligned, creating whatever comes to my mind, honestly. And that's how we've been doing it this past year. I really wanted to work on editing more, and overall I do think I did get better at editing faster, and I know that the more I practice, the better and faster I will become. So that is a hope. Okay, so we have a little jackfruit. Ooh, jackfruit. There's so many beautiful plants. What else did I see? I mean, lizards. I saw lizards. Lizards, a lot of lizards. Saw a cockroach. I saw butterflies, a good amount of butterflies. Birds, I heard them more than saw them, other than some mourning doves and some blackbirds. Those were fun. Yeah, right now I'm just taking time. I'm thinking about what did I see in Jamaica that I want to add to this little Jamaica spread that I think will add. So far we have an ackee. We have a beef patty and the Jamaican flag. Palm trees, because there were a lot of palm trees, obviously, though. It's kind of a lot. I'm thinking maybe I'll just do a leaf. We'll see. My friend, I am so happy. Like, my whole body is buzzing with joy right now. And I think it's just because, like, talking to you, connecting, and creating. Like, yes, it's so fun. Yeah. So much. Like, so much love. I do think that moving on to the new year, it will be quite interesting. There's so much stuff I have over here. Yeah, I gotta just do green. I gotta do a little green. We need a little bit more green up in here. So let's go ahead and let's do it. So I've been exploring creating art in many different ways this year, and it's been very, very fun. I think art is such an abstract thing, and for a while I wasn't sure if these videos counted as art. They're just me talking and sharing what comes up to my mind first. But the more I thought about it, the more I was like, you know what? It is art. And when I treat it like art, it takes some of the toll off of the creation process of like, this is a business and structure and stuff. Yes! I think it's time. I think it's time for Bible. It's time for Bible?
No.
Oh.
Are you wrapping gifts?
Oh.
Or are you just giving them like...
Oh, we're gonna wrap gifts. We're gonna wrap. That's my brother Nathan.
Oh, are you doing a thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, I will talk to you, Nathan. I will show you what I have. And yeah, we'll use the boxes. I have some bags. Okay, I love my brother so much. That is my baby brother, Nathan. And y'all really witnessed him talk more than... Anyways, I'm not gonna talk anymore about Nathan. I love him so much. And yeah, so we came back last night around 12 a.m. or this morning. And yeah, so we're gonna be giving the gifts that we have for the, immediate family today. Pretty excited about it. Yeah, we have not wrapped anything. We just got up and went. And we only wrapped and took what we could to give family over there. But yeah, so we're figuring it out. It will be fine. But yeah. All right, I do like that. And I think a coconut. I'm gonna do a classic coconut, even though like most of the coconuts are like green. And then inside, before you peel the like the green, and then you peel back that husk and you see the brown, the actual like classic coconut. I'm gonna do the classic brown coconut just because of space. Oh my god. Yes. But yeah, Jamaica's cool. If you have a chance, you should go. There are a lot of resorts. I mean, that's pretty much where the country is generating most of the revenue to sustain itself, is with resorts, and that's cool. So, go off. They're not super expensive, I would say, for like an all-inclusive resort. I mean, it's still a pretty penny, maybe like $150 a person a day, but that's like unlimited food and yeah, drinks, unlimited food and drinks all day with your suite. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a really good deal, I think. If anybody is looking to go to Jamaica, this is your sign. So yeah, I love it. I am so thankful for my family. I think they're a big blessing in my life. And yes, okay, guys, we have the coconut, we have ackee, we have a patty, and we have, I was going for a palm tree leaf. I thought that would be fun. We're gonna work on that a little bit more, maybe add yellow. I find it really interesting the way things are done. One thing in Jamaica, and I love the funerals, because the way they do it is very, would I say gentle? It's very like time to grief as the person is being processed. It's like, first off, in Jamaica, many people are buried in their yards. The yards are passed down through the family. So you're always close to your ancestors. And, the process, the funeral is usually like a 3-day thing where you'll have, grave diggers, and they'll dig. And while they're digging, you're making food, you're eating, drinking, you're having a good time. You have music. You're there, I mean, having as good a time as you can have for the fact that you're burying somebody who passed away. And then you'll have the night before the funeral, you'll have like a prayer session, if you're a member of a church. The members will come over, they'll pray with you, you may sing, pray, play some games, and then the funeral, you will have more of like a party where we're celebrating their life. And yeah, I really do like that and appreciate it. Jamaica time is different. I'm telling you, like, just like, if somebody says they're gonna be there at a certain time, like, oh, I'm gonna be there at 12, just add 3 hours and that will be closer to the actual time that you will see that person. And I just say that from experience in my family and myself personally. And sometimes I forget that, like, not everybody, some people like to be on time. My boyfriend is French. He likes to be on time. Me, I think now he knows, like, if I say I'm gonna be there at a certain time, like, he can kind of guess that that is an estimate, and that's not like, you know, we won't get there, but you know, that it is what it is. So, you know, period. All right, so I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good with this page. I feel pretty good. I love Jamaica. I appreciate this country. I appreciate the land so much. I pray for the land's regeneration. I pray for the respect and the stewardship from the people. And I just pray for peace, you know, peace over the land and those who land on it, who touch it, who care for it, who cultivate it. Okay. So this is our spread for Jamaica. I think that's Aki could be a little bit brighter. Maybe we'll use orange. And it's pretty cool. I like Jamaica a lot. I look forward to going back, God willing. And you know, I'm thankful for you for watching this live stream of me word vomiting. Oh, Negan Walker. Of course I've encountered demons. I've made a couple videos about it, and even to this day I can say that they are lurking. I suppose my focus has been a lot on God and the light of God, and I see, like, if I see a demon, that's usually like you're not looking in the right place. You're not in the right area. Like, that's a sign to, like, go. You know why? You know why, like, in horror movies, that whole meme? Like, oh, the white people, they stay. They look around when they hear sounds. No, we go. You hear a sound? Demon. Walk away. Go. The blood of Jesus. Anyways. Yeah, I almost see... Okay, so I almost see demons in a way. They can possess anyone at any time if that being is open to it. And so having your vessel, your doors fortified in the Lord, having angels guiding and guarding you is beautiful. And it really just takes the belief and the openness to accept and allow God to be your light, to allow God to protect you. And when your fear is in God, it has no space. You have no space to fear demons. You see them and it is almost like seeing a cockroach. Like, you can be icked out and be like, ew, but like, you're bigger than that. Like, they're there to maybe tell you that there's a hole or there's a gap, or, you know, there's something that you have to do about the situation. But, you know, they're not to be feared. And because of that, because you're not feeding them, and demons feed on fear, because that fear amplifies the belief system that they are there, they are real, and they are powerful enough to do something that is painful to you. Because you have removed their life source, that is fear, away from them, and you have directed it to God, you will generally see that there will be a lot less demons visiting you when they realize that they cannot feed off of you. You cannot feed off of your soul because there simply is no fear in there for them. You have given it to God. And so that's the importance of understanding the fear of God, in fearing God over any demonic entity. So why do people try to intimidate you with fear? Is that different? So there are a lot of spirits. Our body is a vessel, and the emotions are the spirits. They transport through, and we receive them, and we feel those emotions, and those emotions literally have an impact on our vessel. That is the spirit. And so you have different spirits, and some of them you could say are demonic, and you could say some of them are angelic, depending on how you're feeling, right? And so they will kind of, emotions are energy in motion. So that energy is moving you to an end goal. And so when people are trying to intimidate you, I really do see that there's a demon in them that is trying to move them to invoke upon the vessel that they're invoking on, so that they can get that vessel to open up. Because if that person's intimidated, then right, they've created this belief system that there's some level of fear, and that fear is all they need to slide in there. So by them using another person to invoke you, they're trying to transfer that emotion from one to the other. Just that idea that attitudes are contagious, same thing. And so it is so beautiful to find that balance and find grounding. And I have been working on it myself. My friend, to find balance when you find certain things frustrating, or people saying things that are invoking a spirit of anger or jealousy or pride or malice, and to take that and pray immediately. Like, as soon as you identify that, that is a low vibrational energy, aka that is a demonic entity, that is a spirit of the lower vibration that is trying to seep into my soul and get my body to react in a certain way that is aligned with their agenda. So praying is such a powerful thing. As soon as you note, wow, I'm feeling anger, oh, I'm feeling malice, I'm feeling jealousy, I'm feeling wrath, I'm feeling pride. That's just a little bit to help you bring awareness to the emotions when they come, and to give it to God, to immediately pray and say, God, you are good. This is here for a reason, and it is to amplify my belief in you. It is to amplify my trust in you. It is to amplify the love and solace and stability I find in you. And it deepens a connection when done right with the Creator, with Source, and makes it as if you are fortifying yourself in Source. And it becomes harder and harder, more difficult for demonic entities to enter into your vessel, because every time they attempt to do so, and every time you identify that that is a lower energy, I'm going to give that to God, the stronger and stronger your aura becomes in your relationship with the Creator. And yeah, it takes practice. I think I've noticed, like, a lot of people, good vibers, nobody's perfect. We try to avoid these low vibrations. We try to avoid the demons. We run away and scream, like, run away, screaming away in fear. And that's actually, like, kind of what they want. Like, they're going to push you into a corner that way. So when you are able to acknowledge that negative emotions are a part of life, and they're a beautiful opportunity to get closer to God, then take it, and you'll watch the fear dissolve. Again, reading the Bible is quite nice. If you ever feel anxious or don't know what to do, instead of going on social media to find a video to scroll until you forget why you opened the app in the first place, just read the Bible. Just read, like, a verse, a chapter, a book. Read a little bit. Just randomly flip to a page and see what you read. See how it resonates. And yeah, you'll find that the anxiety or the fear, the unease that you felt will melt away. So it is beautiful. It is a blessing. In fact, I'm about to go and I'll read a little bit for you, my friend. I have a little Bible. This is my childhood Bible. And, oh my God, it has little pictures in it. Yes, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ. And it left. Oh, look at that. You're cleansing little by little, all right? Sometimes, Megan, sometimes, especially like, I realized that my soul was a breeding ground for demons at one point, and I think I shared a little bit about this encounter with incubuses and succubuses and stuff like that. There was a lot to clean, and I'm still cleaning up from that past 4 or 5 years ago. So, you know, have patience and use every single demonic encounter as a way to strengthen your relationship with the Creator. And soon you will be smiling when you see demons, because you know that they are going to evaporate with the light that you have, and their souls can rest at peace and be renewed in a new light. God can you use that energy, because all evil is designed in such a way where it disintegrates, it destroys itself. And then it can be born again as something good. So yes, you gotta test the spirits to make sure they aren't malicious. Oof. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So. Oh my gosh. Okay. So yeah, Numbers is one of those. I'm just gonna read Numbers 33. These are the journeys of the children of Israel who went out of the land of Egypt by their armies under the hand of Moses and Aaron. Now, I'm not going to read any more, because Numbers is one of those books of the Bibles which is very meticulous. It's like an accounting book of history, because it's meant to preserve it, and I want you guys to read it more if you'd like to. But what I will say is that we can see God put the Israelites down as an example. They're his people for a reason, and they are still an example to this day, as we can see in all aspects of the world. They're being used as an example for us all to learn about humanity, about our relationship with God. How does that apply? So many ways. You probably know more than me on this topic, because I don't really watch the news that much. You know, what comes my way is supposed to come my way, and so I keep my eyes open. But yeah, so this is all like, the Israelites are an example for the rest of the world. We can see that they are blessed with a relationship with God, and sometimes, just like we do, we take it for granted. It's so simple, right? God is so simple. There's no confusion. God is not the author of confusion. And so it's everything, right? Breath. We take that for granted. The greenery, the trees, the grass, the wildlife. These are all things that we easily take for granted because they are so abundant, because God is abundant. And so it is learning that lesson of being satisfied with the simplicity of life, being okay with, you know, some things are not, like, we don't know how they work, and that's okay, because God knows. And quite honestly, it's just kind of like alien encounters. Some people ask, or they ask for their memories to be wiped, that they've ever met any galactic beings, because they know that that would severely impact their living life. They would not be able to live a normal life and function in the way that they are functioning in society that is harmonious. And because of that, they choose to wipe those memories away. And so that is something that, you know, never ever force anyone to be like, oh, aliens are real, or, you know, this happened. Like, no, it's there. Just respect the belief system. And so the same thing is kind of like, we're all blessed with the experience of life that we have and are given, and taking every single breath with a little bit more gratitude. Such a beautiful thing. So thank you so much for watching today's live stream. This is our final spread of Jamaica, which I kind of like. I feel like it's pretty simple. It's not like, you know, it's nothing like crazy, but it's enough. it's enough. And I think I'll just write Jamaica just so we know where we are, just in case anybody thought anywhere else or did not know. This is JAMIC, Jamaica. I think I spelled Jamaica wrong. I did spell Jamaica wrong. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay. Alright. That's what we got. Alright. Hey, thank you so much. Alright. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining. I'm gonna go read the Bible and rest. I pray that you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. God bless. Namaste. Megan, what do you mean that's not how you spell it? I will double check.